Too many dreams, books, millionaires, ideas, skills, unfinished accomplishments are in the grave. Take a moment and think, what am I doing between the dash? You have to move right now because tomorrow is not promised. Join the Divine Connections movement in a couple of ways. 1, download the app for free. 2, subscribe to Divine Connections magazine. 3, if you have a book, a product, a service, gospel music, business, health and wellness product, church, or anything creative, join the Divine Connections Movement VIP and make a commitment to join a network that supports others, give you major exposure, customer retention, and customer engagement. To find out more about VIP, text 336-338-8903 or email divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Divine Connection Marketing is a 500 Fortune company that can always connect you to the right connection. Check them out.
Businesses all across the planet are looking to make connections with people. Well, guess what? Divine Connections Magazine is helping businesses not only walk in their purpose and passion, but to get connected to their potential. That's right. You've got to connect to your potential, and you can make it happen now because it is time to know your worth. As you get connected to people all across the planet, Divine Connections Magazine will make it happen. And get featured in the magazine today and get your copy now, because there's no other time than a divine time to get connected to Divine Connections Magazine.
Great day, everyone, and a welcome to Divine Connections Show. We are excited that you are here. We have great information to share with you today and a special guest, so definitely make sure you stay tuned. So Divine Connection is a faith-based and inspirational magazine that comes out quarterly in print as well as online. We connect with different businesses, entrepreneurs, gospel artists, praise dance, moms, vendors, anyone that's doing something great in the community. So if you're out there making it happen and putting positive things in the atmosphere and having resources and products and services for individuals, we would love to connect with you. So we do that also through our magazine. So we have one more quarter for the end of the year. So if you like to advertise your business or your ministry, share your story, your testimony, your product, please let us know. Definitely text us at 336-338-8903 or go to our email at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. We also do 2 events a year, and that is in March, which is my anniversary, where we have praise dance, moms, vendors, and we come together and we network and worship together. We celebrated women in 2022. So in 2023, for my anniversary, we're going to be celebrating men. So definitely stay tuned. And then in October, we have another event called Bring It, where I bring in different praise dance groups, moms, vendors, and youth vendors, and we network and worship together. It is phenomenal. So if you're interested in any of that, stay tuned, stay connected. Let me know who you are and what you do. And then on Wednesdays, we do interviews between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m., where we put on our platform different entrepreneurs, different pastors, different authors, anybody that's doing something great in the community. So you can hear who they are and what they do, and they'll leave contact information to share with you, and you can connect with them that way as well. And now we have our app. It's now available. I'm excited about that. So now you can go to your Play Store and type in Divine Connections Magazine and install it. All right. Then create a profile, and we'll have a mini Facebook on Divine Connections app, and we can talk and collaborate and make things happen. And you can see what is available out there and what people are doing and what resources you need as well. So Divine Connections Magazine, you can now go download our app. All right. So do that for us. So excited. So right now we're gonna go to our sponsors and we will be right back. Hold tight.
To love is to protect. The ones you love, with whom you laugh every morning, who are there to listen to you and wipe your tears in the most difficult moments, are your companions forever. The reason to live harder every day. Have you thought about how to protect them and protect yourself when one is missing? We know the most important thing is your family's peace of mind, so you and your family can dedicate this time to honor and celebrate the life of your loved one. Over the last 70 years, we have been there. Our funeral assistance plans can protect up to 7 people, regardless of your relationship, in a safe and affordable way. Our services include funeral services in the coverage areas, transfer of the deceased to a local funeral home, cemetery, or crematorium within the United States, transfer of the deceased to the country of origin in the coverage area, airline ticket for the plan holder to attend the service of his or her loved one. Protecting your family with a beautiful gesture of love.
Awesome. And we want you to definitely protect your family. So take that information into consideration because one day we will have to leave here and you want your things in order and not be stressed, have stress on your family. Okay. All right. So, how do you stay connected with Divine Connections? Go to our website at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Join our email list for news and updates. We're also on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. We also are on Instagram, so follow us there on Divine Connections. That's one word. And then we also have our YouTube channel that you can subscribe and click the notification to at the Divine Connections. Again, that's the Divine Connections. That is our YouTube channel. Subscribe there and click the notification button. If you have not gotten your magazine for this quarter, make sure you go get your magazine. We do it in digital as well as hard copy. All right. So get your copy. A lot of resources, connections, products, services are right here, and you can connect with these people individually. So I'm so excited about what I'm doing, the platform I have, and the people that I connect with. And so we want to share that information with you. All right. It comes hard copy and digital copy. So make sure you order a couple of copies, send it out to your churches and your family and your friends, and we would love for you to help us spread the good news. Okay. Awesome. And then we have sponsorship. Sponsorship is if you have a 30-second commercial for your business or your ministry, it will be played before or after the interview. And that will run for 3 months. So we love putting your information out there, telling people who you are, what you do, and information that they can connect with you. All right. So that sponsorship, if you're interested, that is only $150 for 3 months. So let us know if you would like to be a sponsor. We also create 30-second and 60-second custom videos for your business, for your ministry, for your book, for your gospel group, or your event. So if you need a custom 30-second or 60-second commercial, please let us know. I am also grateful for the opportunity to write my second book called The Key Connector: How to Build an Empire Helping People. So I talk about having faith in God, having faith in myself, and the accomplishments I've made personally as well as in my business. And so all of that good information is here. So get you a copy of The Key Connector: How to Build an Empire Helping People. And it is on Amazon, or you can go to the link below, or you can contact me and I can mail out a copy as well. And we also have our journals out this year. So if you have not gotten your copy, get your journal. Making it happen. You are a divine connection. We write the vision, make it plain, execute, and celebrate. All right. So we write all our thoughts and ideals in here, and things, our process of life and whatever we're going through. And then we look back and look back at the accomplishment and look back how far God has brought us as well. All right. So get your copy of that. And the journal as well as the book are in the bookstore, next chapter bookstore, which is in Ben Boy's Restaurant and Friendly Shop Center in Greensboro, North Carolina. So if you are there, these books and the journal is also there as well. So get you some good food there, as well as pick up those books and journals. We also are excited. Wintertime is almost here, and we have hoodies, we have jackets, we have socks, we have pillows, we have shirts, we have hats, we have beanies. All of that is on the store. So just go to the link and shop. All right, get some gifts for Christmas and let people know that they are your divine connection. All right. So we would love for you to partake in that and order some things from the store and prepare yourself for winter as well as Christmas. All right, some good Christmas gifts as well. All right, so I am excited. I'm excited about who we are bringing up next. Dr. Anissa Short is in the house. So we're going to bring her on in and she's going to share with you who she is and what she brings to the table. Great day. How are you?
Hi, Deloris. I am well. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. Glad to have you here today.
Well, thank you for the opportunity and the invitation.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So let's get into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Well, I am a woman who loves people, a woman who
Mhm.
loves to laugh. I love to make connections.
Yeah.
I've been always called a social butterfly. So that's
Uh-huh.
the very heart of what I do. I am a teacher and an encourager by nature. That's
Mm,
my gifting. That's how I
yeah.
operate. Currently living in the state of North Carolina by way, born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. So
Yeah.
North Carolina has been my home now for almost 10 years. And married to my awesome husband, Alfonso
All right.
Short. I am the oldest
Awesome.
of two daughters. I oftentimes say my parents had two awesome daughters, of which I
Yeah.
am one. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah. So you're like me, just love people, love connecting.
Mhm.
So let's get into
Exactly.
some of the things that you do and how you help people as well. So let's talk about your mentor, you're a coach, you're a publisher, direct sales. Give us some insight on those things.
Okay, I will provide you with the a little bit in a kind of a chronological order because it all evolved. Let me just say it that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I was working in, I guess you could say corporate America, I worked for about almost 12 years with the federal government. No matter which job I held, no matter which employer I was hired by, it inevitably became I became the go-to person. I
Mm-hmm.
became the one who would hire or mentor the new hires. I became the one that was chosen to do the training of the new hires. I became that person, if that makes sense, right?
Yes.
So I
Hmm.
oftentimes tell people that your gift make room for you.
That's
Whatever
right.
gifts or skills that you develop on your secular job can be transferred into entrepreneurship if you so desire. Little
Mm-hmm.
did I know that several years after that, I was introduced to a direct sales opportunity. Um, I was introduced to the direct sales opportunity multiple times before I finally said yes. And even in saying yes, it was going to be temporary in my mind. It was going to be something I just did for a short window of time to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish for that short window of time. And then I was going to go back to my good government job and just live life, whatever. But underneath the surface, I did not like my government job.
Mm.
I wanted something different. I always would say, I feel like I've missed my call. It's something else I'm supposed to be doing, but I wasn't quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
And what I realized within the direct sales venue, the company for which I connected with, much of what I desired in that job, I had in that opportunity.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
long story short, I stayed with the company. I've been with the direct sales company for over 20 years now.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I
Yeah.
left my good government job
Right.
um, I left my good government job 15 years ago. So that gives
Okay.
you a timeline. So what I do basically in the direct sales venue for which I'm a part of is allow me to build a business platform that spans over several states. I have customers and clients in numerous states, and I also have a team of women that I in my organization that I mentor and coach. My
Okay.
number one objective is to help them to create success from the walls of their home. I
Mm-hmm.
call myself a success from home strategist because I
Love
know how to do it the right way and I know how to do it the wrong way. Okay. So
it.
I take what I give to people I've been given personally and I transfer it. And my role in that direct sales venue is to take care of my people one way or the other, whether they're my customers, to love on them, to give them the service that they deserve, to help
Mm-hmm.
them feel better about themselves, to help build up their self-esteem, to make them feel like a better version of themselves, but also
Mm-hmm.
with my organization to help women create the extra that they desire to have a better quality of life through this vehicle. Now,
Yeah.
what happened, Dolores, is in the journey of becoming that person,
Mm-hmm.
I was introduced to an opportunity to be a part of a publishing company. That
Okay.
that was introduced to my life because I decided to write a book.
Mm-hmm.
to assist those home-based business owners that I have become acquainted with, some within my organization, some outside my organization. And the book itself was going to assist them with how to better represent in the marketplace. We don't have a brick and mortar. We have to do public appearances as vendor events and exhibitors, and many felt very intimidated by those opportunities, although they knew that those were the opportunities they needed to be out in the with the masses. And so
Mm-hmm.
the book that I was writing was going to assist them because I became the go-to person, right? And the publishing mentor, the CEO of the publishing company, was literally 3 minutes down the street from me.
Oh wow.
No clue. Okay. I
Right.
was introduced to her at a networking event, didn't know she had a publishing company. She became my mentor. And then that's what led to me writing not only that book, which was called The Vendor Blueprint, but also being a part of an anthology that's entitled As for Me and My House. And the premise of that book is oftentimes entrepreneurs become devastated because their immediate family and friends don't become their customers. So
Mm.
we equip them with stories to help them get over that, because you're not called to serve the people that you are necessarily connected to,
That's good stuff right
immediately. I've written a book or facilitated another anthology myself called Becoming the Shiro.
there.
It
Mm-hmm.
is an anthology of entrepreneurs who talk about maybe their mindset, how they overcame certain things in their lives to become successful in their chosen ventures. And
Mm-hmm.
right now, I'm in the midst of another Shiro edition. It's called Becoming the Shiro Military Edition. It's my salute to the women in the military, and they're sharing their overcoming stories. And then the other book is 7 Keys to Success in Business and Life, and it's taken from a biblical perspective. I take a story in the Bible and show you how applying these principles in that story can make a difference in your quality of life, whether it be in business or in life in general. So that then led to me hosting events.
Wow, loving it.
I do a little bit of all of it. And the beautiful thing about that, Dolores, is I don't have to compromise one for the other. It all fits so easily. So my direct sales venture allows me to meet the women that
Mm-hmm.
I serve in one way or the other,
Yeah.
and then the connections I've gathered,
Yeah.
the connections that have come about. I believe in winning teams. I believe when two entities come together, everybody should create a win. So
That's
how
right.
appropriate that I end up connecting with you, and then your magazine is Divine Connections. And I'm
That's
like, listen, who would have known, right? So
right.
that's, I know that was a lot, but that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
I love that. I want to hear one of the stories in the Bible that you were talking about.
The story in the Bible has everything to do with the widow
Mm-hmm.
who came to the prophet Elijah because her husband was dead
Mm-hmm.
and she was in a financial distress.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, basically, y'all know who my husband was. What y'all gonna do to help me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, without going into a lot of details, I basically tell the story that her being in distress financially is where a lot of people are right now.
Mm.
Um, a lot of the questions or the challenges that we're facing right now could be answered with some extra money.
Mm.
It
So
really could. If you had extra money, you could pay somebody to handle that for you. Or so you think about it, if you wanted your children to be in better schools, that cost. It's whether public education or private. If you
mm-hmm.
had the private money, you would send your children probably to private school, but everybody doesn't do that, right?
Right.
If you are living in a neighborhood that you prefer not to because of circumstances, you want to be in a better environment for your family, it's going to cost money.
Yeah.
So if you have elderly parents that need assistance, you need to hire the assistants. You want somebody. Let's be clear, I do not want to clean my house. I want a housekeeper. So I got to pay her some money, right?
Right.
So the story itself talks about a woman in distress. It talks about how sometimes good people find themselves in bad situations. So, and that's where she was. They were good people. They were God-fearing people, but now her husband passes and she's in a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I talked in the story about how she went to this man who she obviously had respect for. That's important. Who are you listening to? Who are
Mm-hmm.
you seeking guidance from? That's one of the keys.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike, and I don't say this to be negative, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just the fact of life. In many of our circles, when people are in distress and they go to their pastors or their spiritual advisors, they always figure that the answer is just to write the check.
Mm.
And sometimes that might be appropriate, but when it's a reoccurring or sometimes destitute, sometimes we have to enable people to be the answer to their own solution, to become their own solution. So he
Good.
did not raise an offering. he asked her, what do you have in your home?
Mm-hmm.
That was the question that was asked. And so oftentimes when I'm speaking with women, and I'll say, especially those that I'm coaching and things are not quite right, I'll ask, do you realize the value what you have in your home-based business? This
Mm.
home-based business can become the answer to these concerns that you have.
That's right.
So he asked her, what do you have in your home? She downplayed it, nothing but some oil.
Yeah.
I got a little oil, got a
Mm-hmm.
little some, ain't about nothing. It's in the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we downplay sometimes these opportunities. It is insignificant, but her perspective was her perspective had to shift.
Yeah.
What she thought to be insignificant became the key to
Mm.
her issue. To her issue at hand.
Yeah.
And so he gave her specific instructions.
Mm-hmm.
He told her to borrow lots of pots. She did what he said. Now,
Yeah.
I would have been like, did I just tell you the creditors was coming
Right.
uh, coming to take my kids away, and you said about some pots? Man, for real? What's a pot
Right.
got to do with anything?
Right.
And then, of course, think about the risk of that. If she was a woman of influence, or her husband was high ranked in the community,
Yeah.
and she's going door to door asking for pots, people have to say, sis, what you need a pot for? What's going on with you? I got a pot. I mean, what's going on? So she did no doubt repeat the story. So now you got to get past the shame and the intimidation, and possibly, that wanting to stay quiet about what's going on. So, some of the keys are talking about mentorship, the importance of that, the importance of having your head on straight, the
Mm.
proper perspective, following the path that's given and not trying to recreate the wheel, the
Yeah.
importance of being willing to take a risk,
Mm-hmm.
the importance of following the instructions as given. And then I end the book with legacy, because in the story, for those who are familiar with the story, and I don't share this story because I'm exclusively a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Christian. I'm a believer. But I believe that the stories in the Bibles are filled with principles that if we would apply to our lives, whether we confess Christ or not, they still apply,
Mm-hmm.
because principles are universal. They
Yeah.
work
Mm-hmm.
across the board. But in this particular story, when the story ends, it says he told her to sell the oil,
Mm-hmm.
and she had enough money to pay off her debts, and she had money for herself and her children to live on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I looked at that from the standpoint of her debts were paid off. So now
Come
she has a
on.
debt-free lifestyle.
That part.
There
Trying to
was
get
enough money left until she died. And then when she died, her children were still able to live.
overflow.
That's
Mm-hmm.
legacy. That's
Yeah.
legacy.
Yes.
So when I talk with women about their respective ventures, don't think you can think about it as a day-to-day necessity. I say gas and groceries. But
Mm-hmm.
let's be clear, chicken wings cost a whole lot more than they did a year ago, right?
Yes, for sure.
And she needed it as an immediate need. She had an immediate need. But what that home-based venture created for her was enough money that to solve her immediate needs, but also created a lifestyle for herself and for her children. What
Mm-hmm.
are we willing to do to shift the trajectory of not only where we are now, but the difference we can make in our community and even in our children's lives? So that's the book about the 7 keys. It's not, I'm sure there are more keys,
Yeah.
but those are the 7 I got in that story.
I love that. Working on being debt free and then having overflow so you can continue to live, but then have more than enough.
More than enough, right?
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely. Absolutely. And then you had mentioned earlier about um, you are not always called to the people that you live with or you grew up with. Talk a little bit
Mhm.
about that. That was good to me.
Well, when you start an entrepreneurial venture, whether it be Divine Connections magazine, or you making fish plates on Friday or whatever, you
Yeah.
expect, you pass out your flyers, you get the information out to people, and you'll have family and friends that are closely connected to you say things like, "Oh, that's great, sis. I knew you gonna do something in life. That's awesome. I
Mhm.
could see you doing great things with that." So you have your ribbon cutting,
Yeah.
you open the blinds, and and say, I'm open, and nobody buys anything.
Mhm. Mhm.
They buy nothing from you. They buy everything from the mall. You know, a famous actress or actor or R&B hip hop star comes out with something new, and they out buying it. And
Yeah.
in the meantime, you tooting your horn, you blowing your whistles, and nobody shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Many times entrepreneurs, when they get started, become very discouraged by that
Yeah.
because the people who they thought would be in their corners don't always come on board.
Right.
I've been in my connected to my direct sales industry for almost, well, November 19th will make 23 years. Okay. I'm from a
Wow.
very large family, and I can count on less than 10 fingers how many of my friends and family are my customers.
Wow.
And,
Mm-hmm.
and at one time that might would have deterred me, but it doesn't anymore because I
Yeah.
know, because I continued to push through and do what the things I needed to do, customers were brought to me.
Yeah.
So oftentimes we get discouraged. Many times we get discouraged, and that becomes the vehicle, or that becomes the circumstance that causes people to stop even before they get started.
Yeah.
So I think it's important for those of us who have been on, in this entrepreneurial journey for a while, to be able to tell people right up front, listen, sis, listen, my
That's
friend,
right. That's right.
the people that's closest to you are not your customers. If they buy from you and they support you, and they share your business cards and they tell people about you, consider yourself blessed.
Yes.
That's not who you're called to. There are people outside that you're called
Mhm.
to. And if they come along, great. But the likelihood that the majority will is very slim to none. So I think it's important that we communicate that so that when it happens, they can't say they weren't told.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. What else would you like to share? What do you have for the rest of the year going on?
Oh
Any
gosh.
workshops or anything?
Well, I personally have on the weekend of November. Well, let me start over. I do have a lot of vendor events and things of that nature that I'm participating in. I
Mm-hmm.
am going to be a speaker at an event in Myrtle Beach in next month. It
Mm-hmm.
is, let me just tell you the name of it. It's a holistic wellness retreat being
Okay.
hosted by the Margin McLean Foundation. I'm
Mm-hmm.
one of the many speakers, and of course, it's an intimate setting. Of course, I don't need a reason to go to the beach. Let's be clear. When she invited me, I'm like, sis, listen, it's always a yes to the beach. But
Right.
I'll
Right.
be a speaker there. We're excited about it because the retreat itself is about people releasing pain and
Mm.
trauma, becoming a better version of themselves. So there's going to be a lot of different activities that speak to working on a person holistically. And when we say holistically, we mean in every facet of life, health wise, confidence, from a
Mm-hmm.
spiritual standpoint. So I'll be one of the speakers at that event. And I believe, if I'm correct, we do still have space available for
Okay.
those who might be interested. And I'm going to tell you the date. It's going to be, and I can provide this information to you at a later time, but it's going to be the weekend of the 19th, November 17th, 18th, and 19th. We'll be in Myrtle Beach. I have that going. On December the 3rd, here in the city of Fayetteville,
Mm-hmm.
Chosen Pen Publishing, which is a publishing company I'm affiliated with, along with Margin McLean Foundation, we're hosting a holiday book fair. So
Oh.
this is a platform to give authors an opportunity to showcase their books, to sell their books just in time for the gift giving season. So
Yeah.
during that event, which will be held from 10 to 3, we're going to have varied vendors. Authors, of course, as vendors, but then there'll be other people selling their goods and wares. We're going to have a photographer on site, so that people who want to get Christmas pictures for the family or for their children. We even have food that's going to be served. So I'm assisting and facilitating that event. Much of what I do is about supporting small businesses, right?
Yes.
And then in the month of January, we've got logistics still being worked out on this, but hopefully, if all goes well, January 7th, I'll
Mm-hmm.
be hosting the Entrepreneurial Woman, a jumpstart to the new year. And
Mm.
that's going to be a conference where we're going to have varied speakers. One lady's going to talk about women in trade. Another, your book is your business card. We have a lady talking about confidence, about marketing, about the importance of investing in your community. We're going to have a mini fashion show that's going to show you what it looks like to represent with class as you go out and handle your business. So
Yeah.
we're excited about that. That was originally planned for. It's being rescheduled. So January 7th right now is the day I have planned for that. That's an event that I host. And then in February, coming soon, my
Mm-hmm.
annual Pumps and Pearls. I do an event called Pumps and Pearls.
Mm-hmm.
It is a networking opportunity for women. We get
Mm-hmm.
to dress up, look cute. It's a fashion show
Oh.
included, but we raise money and we bring awareness to causes affecting women. So we may have a speaker. We may donate money to a women's shelter. We may donate products to a domestic abuse shelter. I always have it tied. There's always a charitable wing. February is my birthday month, so that's one of my
Yeah.
parties in my birthday. So this year is going to be Pumps and Pearls, the Masquerade Gala. So we're going to have a dress up affair with a fashion show with food. I'm excited about it. So all of that's in the works. In addition to me being my husband's awesome wife, let's not forget that. That's every day, right?
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. You definitely want to stay connected. So let's put on some contact information, how people can stay connected with you. Where can they find you?
Well, for my books and anything with regards to speaking, they can go to my website, anissashort.com. That's ANISSA short as in not very tall.com. That's my website. My books are there. For speaking engagements, they can find me there, information about me there. Or they can just follow me on social media. I'm Dr. Anissa Short on Instagram as well as Facebook.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then we'll finish up. Well, leave us with some words of encouragement.
Listen, one of the things that I love the most is are words that were left for us by Mary Ann Williamson. Many people know what she shared through the words of Nelson Mandela. And I'm going to quote, is that our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Use your light, not your darkness. Hold on. Let me put my reading glasses on.
Okay.
I am over 40. I don't know why I feel like I can see. Okay. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. That people have gifts. Everybody's been gifted with something that oftentimes we downplay that. That is your light. Mm-hmm. And your light, your gift, if you are using it to make other people money on that job, and I'm not knocking a job because it's a blessing to be gainfully employed, but that same gift can be transferred to create something too for you and your family. So don't downplay your light, shine bright like a diamond, because we are all lights.
Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're doing great things in the community. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your information.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Anything else before we leave? I want to make sure.
I just want to say thank you again. I appreciate the opportunity. Thanks for the invite, and continued success to you and yours.
Thank you. You as well. And thank you for being my guest on today. You guys, make sure you check her out. Connect with her. She's doing great things in the community. She's making it happen. It's what we do over here. I am Deloris Williams with Divine Connections. Make sure you stay connected to the number one divine connector, which is Jesus Christ. All right, I'm going to turn it over to our sponsor. So Miss Anissa, hold tight and we'll be right back.
Hey, we've got exciting news from Divine Connections Marketing Services. Now you can create your own custom video commercial for your business or organization. It's time for you to win. Your product or service is someone's solution. So get the attention of your potential customers now. Choose from a 30 or 60-second commercial today. Just email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com and we can get started. Connect today and let's get started making your custom video commercial now. Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.